I just want to ask you a couple questions about, your time at Body Ops, because you were with me for 42 weeks, which is
Yep.
just shy of a year, which is amazing. And want to talk to you about where you were at the very beginning compared to literally 42 weeks later.
So I was about 240 pounds last December. I was kind of getting a little more depressed because I was like, my clothes weren't fitting and shirts were tight. And it's just like, oh, now I got to buy clothes. It messed with my mind. And plus, having been in the Marines for 6 years, there's that ideal body image. After I got out in 2020. And so with the work that I did, I was on the road all the time. So the most convenient thing was gas station food. And after driving for like 8 hours and then doing another 10 hours of work, you just want to sit in the hotel room and just be fatty. So I was seeing pictures of myself and I was just like, something's got to give. This is not where I want to be. I felt that. I was like, even though I'm out, I still 100%, I'm a Marine. I will be a Marine forever, and I still need to hold up those core values, always be prepared. And, so fitness comes part of that. I know I could probably go to the gym, but I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I was like, all right, let's go ahead and give this a try. After I talked to Matt and had that phone conversation, and he's like, hey, we talked about everything. And I was like, I was a little hesitant at first, and then it was like, he's like, basically, is it now or never? Do you want to do this? I was like, yeah. So that instantly clicked into my head. And I was like, all right, I gotta jump. I gotta do it. And I'm incredibly thankful that I did. It, like, just the confidence that I have now, and just how I feel, how I look, and I want to do more. Like, I'm really happy where I'm at, but I'm like, what if I go a little more? What if, I put a muscle on? It kind of brought that love back to working out, because I used to work out all the time when I was in comm school. My buddy would go to the gym every day after class. And then, I don't know what happened. I think when I got out, like, I still had my buddies and stuff, but it was different. It felt like I left my family and I kind of just lost my way a little bit.
Yeah, you didn't have that everyday team camaraderie.
Yeah, and that is one of the things that really drew me to the Marines, and that I really loved about the Marines, is that, we could be having the shittiest time, but if you got your boys with you, it's all that matters.
Well, it's like with your journey, you get to be miserable with the whole team in Body Ops as well, if you guys are all either active duty or veterans as well. And you're currently weighing
about 197.
So about 43 pounds lost.
Yeah. So mentally, I feel like I'm in a better place. Something that I didn't expect coming into this was a more like holistic approach. It's not just, you're going to grind in the gym, you're going to eat boiled chicken, it's the meditating and like, hey, pull yourself back. What are you thankful for today? I will say, definitely at first, it was a little harder to do that, because I was definitely not conscious of that. As it got on, it got easier. Some days, still, like if it was a hard day at work, still a little hard to pull myself out. But, I was able to be like, all right, pause. What am I thankful for today? I had a toxic relationship that I was in, and I think that also led to kind of gaining the weight I did, because thankfully, never had issues with alcohol or drugs. My choice of, I guess, drug, if you will, was food.
Yeah,
so,
emotional eater.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. And I never thought that never clicked for me, It's like, my mom growing up, I know she was definitely an emotional eater, but I always thought, for the most part, I had my emotions under control,
Like, what would you say to them to help them understand that this is ultimately what they need?
That there is going to always be a cost in some shape or form. Are you going to pay now where, okay, you're paying for the course, right? Or are you going to pay later with your health, which arguably is going to be 10 times more, and then also just the cost of your freedom to do whatever you want, mobility, quality of life. You know, those things are going to catch up to you in the end. So it's either you pay now or you pay later. You either pay in hard work in the gym, or do you pay in medical bills and not being able to do the things you want because you're on dialysis or, you know, cholesterol medicine or something like that. And you physically cannot go without paying for those medicines.
Well, and it's a matter of like, you choose your hard, right?
Yep. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yep. Absolutely. You choose your hard.
Yeah.
And I will say another thing. I really appreciated the some of the stoic principles that were present in the thoughts, you know, thought process, mindset of the community. I think that really helps in a sense. I mean, I've always been kind of a stoic in general. Being in the military, it just kind of comes with understanding the reality of, you know, things that can happen. But it also really helps, you know, put into perspective, hey, you know, that you choose your heart.
Yep, you do.
Would I rather be sweating it out now or be miserable and uncomfortable?
Just be to watch your journey, because you have come so far. And I think what's cool about you too, it's like you want to get stuck in the context of like, oh man, I screwed this up, like whatever. You were able to just pick it up the next day, whatever would happen, and just get that mindset dialed back in.
Definitely a lot of perspective change when it comes to that, because if you've been in the military, you definitely know, especially the Marine Corps, that you got to be that perfect fit Marine. You got to have that body, you know, you got to fit uniforms, and they're tapered for a reason. You look damn good in it, but also it forces you to stay in standards. And unfortunately, sometimes you can develop maybe not the healthiest mindset of body image and stuff like that. And I will definitely say I struggled with that, whether I've, you know, vocalized it or internally vocalized it. Just that, you know, hey, it's okay if you fall off the bandwagon a little bit. You just have to pick yourself back up, which I think ultimately is a more important lesson than win or fail, which could just absolutely change somebody's entire life if they apply that to everything. As long as you get back up and you keep pushing,
Exactly.
You know, only it's this right here is stopping me.
Yeah. The consistency behind it, day in, day out. Yeah. I appreciate you hopping on, taking the time to chat about your experience. That is valued, by the way. And I know that we'll continue to stay in touch. 42 weeks of being a client coach. I mean, you build that rapport, right? So
absolutely, yes. I always love getting the recipes from you
yeah.
on Instagram.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.